Star Citizen Alpha 4.9 has dropped, and honestly, the last 3 weeks of conversations and complete switch on the priorities for the next few patches from CIG had me feeling hopeful. Alpha 4.7 wasn't great, and Alpha 4.8 was even worse, some of the worst I've ever experienced during my time playing Star Citizen. And after such a great year 2025 was, apart from the elevator in the room, I've been kinda disappointed lately. But in the world of Star Citizen, you never know when you're gonna get absolute gold. And is Alpha 4.9 that absolute gold? Well, not exactly. Because when the patch initially dropped, it actually felt way better than 4.8, yet there was so many strange problems that came with it. Let's look at Exhibit 1. You see, for some reason, all Ninetales NPC forgot to put their clothes on, and they're all spawning naked. No armor, no guns, just naked, cold, and afraid. Cool, it meant bunkers, OLPs, anywhere with Ninetales had no scary enemies. Clearly this was a mistake, but how does this happen? It simply just worried me because we saw the Idris slip up a few weeks ago that caused massive issues for the whole game. After solving that kind of issue before, I would think to strike some confidence in the community, you would do whatever it took to not make any more silly mistakes, especially on the 4.9 cycle. But we still got something that stuck out like this. Luckily, there was no major drawbacks that happened because of this, yet we're not done with this gear bonanza because a host of rare and unique gear from Wicklow suddenly appeared in a big chunk of the player base's storage terminals, meaning gear that needed to be grinded for, unique rewards, the whole shebang was made basic free loot for a lot of people. And as you can see, I was one of the lucky people, but even so, I didn't feel happy. These were items that I was grinding towards achieving, and ripping that achievement away from me, even mistakenly, just felt kind of ass. And going 2 for 2 in the same sector of the game, shit, this is like 2 things in the same kind of scope of the game, and you hit both of them as flaws early on in this patch cycle. It's kind of scary. We did have desync back as well with a vengeance, not as bad as 4.8, but it was still bad. People's hangers weren't working correctly, and some people experiencing item loss, and to be honest, roughly 42 hours into the update, the server started feeling heavy. The weekend was around the corner, and all the progress I had felt early hours into the patch were seemingly being unraveled. But that's when the hotfix came in, and well, let's just say CIG might be taking this seriously, only time will really tell though. Overall, the stability of the game was good before and after the hotfix. I've seen so many improvements, and honestly that was something that kind of allowed me to keep a side eye on the whole thing, but I could still let CIG cook a little bit. One of the major victories I'll give them is that people were actually able to log into the game. There was no major login issues, bar a few here and there, some minor things, but apart from that, the servers were up and people got to jump in immediately, which was nice to see. Logging into Star Citizen is the very first step. I know we talk about ASOPs not working and if new players can't do things in the game, but we don't really speak about if they can even get onto the game. So seeing so many people in global and a lot of them saying they finally had no issues logging in after the update, that was 100% refreshing. So tackling this is a huge pain point, and I think it will definitely earn them some credit from the community. Missions also seem to be way more stable as far as I can tell, pre and post hotfix, with a solid 8 out of 10 mission AI spawn rate over the span of 5 play sessions for me. But again, the Ninetales NPCs after the hotfix as well are still spawning butt-ass naked, taking so much spunk out of that game loop entirely, and it's like, gang, we gotta get this fixed. We had a whole hotfix and you couldn't turn the clothes back on? Come on gang, this is not a Diddy party. The hotfix also actually shook a lot of that desync away. I'm having better FPS and smoother FPS while engaging NPCs. There's actually not that much desync, which is really nice because that's one of the biggest things we've been facing for the last patch. And having that smoothened out and we can actually play the game, and when you shoot an enemy, they're actually there and they don't warp somewhere else, it's really nice. Even to the point where Gilly's goons have been fighting back as well, making things a little bit more engaging and fun. They even revisited the Gilly missions and changed the loadouts of the ships that spawn at different levels, and they changed the ships that spawn at different levels with the new dynamic NPC ship loadouts. You're getting a range of different ships, different experiences each time you play through the gauntlets. The enemy ship builds are different almost every time. Things like this I'll always commend because devs going back, revisiting old work and tweaking missions to keep them a little bit different and entertaining from time to time. It makes old game loops still feel refreshing even after they've been in the game for so long, which is just a beautiful thing to see in my opinion. Yo, thank you for clicking onto this video. I don't want to leave you guys out. So if you're watching this video and you have any opinions on the patch, comment down below. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you've liked the video. And I'll be giving away 5 million AUEC and you're entered into that. And I'm going to announce the winner on the 25th. And I'm going to be reaching out to you from your comments. So make sure to comment because that's how I'm going to reach out to you and let you know if you won, just in case you missed the stream. But yeah, appreciate y'all. Keep watching the video. And while I was going through testing all the mission types I could, especially with the dogfighting content, everything felt so different, and in a positive way. NPCs have better weapons, meaning that they're a bit more challenging. We also have new hit markers, which I was kind of skeptical about at first, but now that they're actually here and I've tested them out fully, I'm not that mad at them. At first, it's a little bit distracting because it's something new, so you notice that you pick up on it, but after that initial like, wow, it starts making sense. It's not too intrusive, but it gives you a better understanding of what you're damaging, but I still feel like we have 1 or 2 more added markers that are a bit too much. What really blew me away was the damn flyby sounds and the new laser and ballistic contact sound effects. The lasers and ballistics just remind me of Star Wars, gang, and buddy, ships sound good. I mean, when something zips by you, it's just golden. It just takes the immersion to a whole new level, and that's in space. I'm still yet to fully experience it in atmosphere, but gang, the sounds are crispy when they work, because from time to time, I'm still getting audio glitches that have been an issue for the last 2 patch cycles. Even after the hotfix, we do need to work on this. We can't keep adding so many new and dynamic sounds just for them to work sometimes, and it's a reoccurring issue I'm finding around new content or immersion tweaks in Star Citizen. They get added, but the elements that allow us to engage with the new content, engage with the new immersion aspects, they get botchy, making the additions not fun, or you can't even interact with them because they just don't work. And on the list of old bugs that still persist, there's a few. From the audio to the damn star map, getting stuck in your seat, repairing your ship taking forever and costing you thousands because every time you press it, money is taken, but it doesn't work. Your ship isn't repaired. At least on that front, we can see new changes they've made to try limit the commands that are being executed so things don't botch as often, which isn't working to solve the issue yet, but at least we can see some actual effort there to try and minimize that. But my real nemesis is the damn star map. I mean, why can't we get this right, gang? If the system is too complex, let's dumb it down for the engine. Getting missions and not being able to route to them is an issue, and it's getting worse because even workarounds aren't working anymore, meaning sometimes you just get stranded, unable to get to your mission, and if by chance the star map does work, your mission marker will send you in the opposite direction or into the sun, meaning you have to just abandon the contract because the location clearly doesn't exist. This one thing is a crucial piece of the puzzle for everyone, especially new players. It's hard enough navigating the ever-growing knowledge base of Star Citizen, and struggling with the star map doesn't help anyone. But hey, it's not telling me to undock from refueling ship anymore, and most notifications are coming in on time, so now you know what you're doing when you're doing them. The high points for a lot of people so far is definitely the new combat suits and the return of Recco Battaglia. The suits are huge. They open up a lot of new possibilities with mission types and future POI and location gameplay. Plus, they do look drippy. But notice the way I've been saying possibilities and future though. The suits, even though they're cold, they still feel out of place being here this soon. The full or even beginning depth of gameplay for them, it isn't here yet. Unless we see something with Siege of Orson, these suits just don't seem like they are needed at this current stage of the alpha. And even if they've been added for a more RP approach to Star Citizen, at this current stage, are we ready for that? But Recco Battaglia, the other major addition where you can now earn ship rewards from her for being at different stages of rep, a nice touch to the rep system and opening up a lot of possibilities for other rep lines like bounty hunting or hauling and things like that. A lot of people are super excited for this, and so am I. Getting ships for reaching max rep, that's gonna be a vibe. There's also been several weapon balances and adjustments, and for the most part, they do seem fair. It is putting a bigger wedge between ship size and class, and I, like most people, I'll agree that it should be like that, but also in the same breath, I do feel like forcing smaller groups or even solo players to start manning bigger ships solo to still enjoy the same content they used to, and we all know, bigger ships, more ships. The servers don't really like all of that, and it's worrying because I'm seeing so many bigger ships like Perseus and all these other things all lying around bricked, taking up FPS, along with hella Constellation series ships, all the pads everywhere, and I still feel like they need to crank up that ship cleanup because things are getting a little bit out of hand, and I don't want to see this affect server performance the deeper we go into the 4.9 cycle. So overall, there's a lot of good and there's just a little bit of bad. At the level of stability so far, I feel like the 4.9 patch cycle could be one of the most stable patch cycles we've had in a minute, and a very, very solid foundation for the 4.10 patch cycle, which will be very crucial to the progression of the game towards a 1.0 release. The patch overall is already leaps ahead in stability than 4.8, and things feel so much smoother, and with its speedy hotfix boosting that stability, I'm super excited to see what this patch develops into. It took me less than 24 hours to dislike the 4.8 patch, and so far I'm still locked in with 4.9, meaning that even if I didn't want to admit it, my emotional state about the game right now, it totally admits it for me. I'm happy again. Logging into Star Citizen, trying to experience this thing that we love so much, it's actually making me happy again. The fire has been relit. But yeah, these opinions are all based on my personal experiences so far with the 4.9 cycle. Make sure to let me know what you've experienced, because we might be playing the same Star Citizen, but we're not playing the same game. How has your 4.9 launch been? Do you agree with the things that I'm saying? And do you agree that there's been significant improvements? Or are you still feeling the same as you were during the 4.8 cycle? If you're new here, and if you're wondering should you get into Star Citizen, or if it's even a good time to get into Star Citizen, I would 100% recommend getting to Star Citizen right now, because everything is working a lot smoother, and for the next little bit we're going to be seeing a lot of better improvements, especially for new players. So for that reason alone, I would say yeah, you should probably get into Star Citizen. This patch is a solid 7 out of 10, and if you're actually interested in signing up, make sure to use this code for 50,000 extra credits when you're starting bound to your account. And if you're someone who's thinking, should I get back into Star Citizen? I've been playing, I've been taking a break. This is the perfect time. I've had a lot of people tell me that they weren't able to even play last patch, but this patch they're having so much fun and they're not having any issues like they were. So yeah, if you're a returning player, go give it a look and tell me what you think about it, because I feel like this is actually pretty nice. But don't forget, if you like this video, if you like my opinions, if you didn't like my opinions, make sure to comment down below, leave a like and a subscribe, hype this video up if you think it deserves it, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.